Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It is September 19th, 2025. No intro music today because I got something pulled up. Give me just a second. First off, I got several new subscribers. My last podcast was a big banger. Someone called Betty Spaghetti subscribed, and I noticed they put out a lot of posts. I'm not sure if they're a content creator. I'm not gonna lie, I'll have to check out their channel. I had subscribed to them about a month ago. I don't know if they seen me on their subscriptions or whatever, but yeah, so that was cool. I'll have to check them out though, because I liked what they were posting. I got a lot of views and new subscribers from the last episode I put out, which was a banger. Just been busy the past couple days with work and sleeping in, honestly. If I have time, I'll tell you, dude, work has been crazy. But I kind of wanted to just welcome everybody who's new to the channel. And there was some people asking questions. And I do want to answer a little bit of the comments. So I noticed this whenever I have a podcast episode that takes off. And I'm just going to be up front. A lot of people woke up during the QAnon movement. And there's been a extreme rise within conservatism and Christianity within the conspiracy community. I grew up in the conspiracy community. I've been a conspiracy theorist since, I would say, honestly, 2010 is when I woke up with 9/11 and shit. Vaccines and just all the shit, you know. So I've been around for a minute, and I've seen the community go in different directions. I'm not like a gatekeeper or nothing. I'm just saying I do find it interesting. Back in the day, if you were a conspiracy theorist, you were most likely not Christian. Because you kind of knew that Christianity was a control mechanism and a psyop. And you knew the conspiracy behind it. Probably delved into astrotheology after waking up seeing Zeitgeist and stuff. But I noticed a large influx of Christians, which is cool. I don't mind. Everyone is welcome here. But somebody commented on the last video, "Are you wearing a Lucifer sigil ring?" It's like, yes, I'm wearing a tetragrammaton too. I'm a ceremonial magician. I'm an occultist. But once they hear that O word, they're like, oh, he's an occultist. That means he sacrifices babies and has summons the devil, and he's wearing a sigil of Lucifer. He must be a devil worshiper. No. First of all, the sigil of Lucifer, we'll have to do a whole episode on what it actually means. I'll give you a hint, though. There's the symbol, and you can image search the symbol. You have orifices in your head. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here. And think of it as an above skull image. And if I did a video years ago about the Eye of Horus and the scarab and what each symbol means. It's not what you think. That's all I'll say. Just a little teaser. We'll get into the sigil of Lucifer one day. Also, too, another thing about sigils is, have you ever noticed that sigils all are exactly the same as what's seen on microchips? And that all the emojis that we use in text messages all are match up with sigils also. So, sigils aren't what you think. But I don't hide that, and I just want people to know, and if I lose subscribers, that's fine. I've always said that I listen to everyone. I listen to Christian podcasters, Christian channels. I listen to atheist channels. I listen to Satanist channels as far as like LaVeyan Satanism. I listen to everyone, liberals, conservatives, because I don't want to be caught in an echo chamber. So if you can't handle my religion or my spirituality, because I really don't like that R word, yeah, I guess see you later. But yeah, I know. I just, anytime I like I put something out that's a banger, I get a huge influx, and I think what it is people find out that I'm a witch, and they're like, oh fuck this guy, he's a devil worshiper, he's not a real conspiracy theorist, he's controlled opposition, you know. So just wanted to get that out of the way. And no, I'm not a Freemason, I've already said that. I would like to join, because I get tired of conspiracies about it. And all these conspiracy theorists say they know what's going on with Freemasonry, and they all contradict each other. So either they're all lying, or their information, they're being lied to. And I would like to join just to know what's actually going on. Doesn't mean I'm an evil person. I guarantee you some of the nicest, coolest people you know are Freemasons, and you just don't know it. So, two things. You guys know me. I have a whole playlist called Occult Items. Yeah, I believe it's just called Occult Items is my playlist. Go check it out, dude. Years ago, before I got into podcasting, when I was just a short form creator, I would create occult items. I'm a collector of occult items. I would either create occult items or buy and use and experiment with cult items and film it. I've done videos on Ouija boards, scrying boards, Charlie boards, pendulums. Yeah, I've done all sorts of occult item episodes, so go check it out. I'm an occultist, so I'm obviously interested in the occult, whether it be practicing and or studying. So I seen years ago, and the reason why I don't have intro music today is because I actually have the video pulled up. If we have time, I'll show you what kind of inspired me with something. Now I'm having technical difficulties. It just completely shut down. So years ago, I had seen someone who made a miniature Ouija board. And they made it basically like a little chunk of wood, and they used popsicle sticks to make the planchette, and they like hand painted it and everything. And I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. I said, and this was back when I was like first started podcasting, and I was trying to think of ways where I could open up like a Etsy shop or something. So that way, because like I have Buy Me a Coffee set up right now. I mean, it's in the description below if you want to donate. But this way I could give something back. Like one of my ideas was like conspiracy trading cards, which would be really cool. This was another idea. I was like, dude, I could make mini Ouija boards, because I always thought the concept was cool of like pocket ghost hunting. Like like imagine just like you could ghost hunt anywhere. You always got a Ouija board with a planchette in your pocket. Like it's literally pocket sized. To me, that concept was cool. That's why I always liked pendulums. It's something you can keep on you that doesn't take up much space. You know, some people wear them as necklaces. You can literally just be like, hey, let's do some ghost hunting. You know, you're hanging out at a friend's house and you've never been there, and they're like, oh, this house is 200 years old. Is it haunted? Yeah, it is. All right, cool. Pop. Let's go. You know, let's do some ghost hunting. I always loved the concept. That, I'm just kind of a troll, so it'd be kind of fun to like troll Christians who get freaked out by that. Like, oh, I hate Ouija boards. And it's like, here you go. You have that on you? Get away from me. I would have fun doing stuff like that. But so I got two occult items that I want to show you. First off, I found these, dude. Ouija boards, breath mints, and they're like $3. They're actually Hasbro. And I was like, dude, I could take these, obviously get rid of all the mints, and make my own planchette. And by the way, the mints, here, I don't mind opening it, because I do plan on making this a pocket Ouija board. But I found these at Kroger. The breath mints are actually, it's kind of cute. They're little planchettes. So, I mean, technically, you could use it as a planchette. But it's like an Altoid box. So, what I'm going to do is, like, keep the mints and eat them, obviously. But I'm going to use this. Because, yeah, there's little slight ridges, but you could technically use this as a pocket Ouija board. And I'm going to buy, like, a popsicle stick. Or, another idea I had, too, is you could use a guitar pick. That would be a really good planchette. All you'd have to do is, like, take a scalpel and, like, carve out the bottom, so that way it gives it that heart shape. And you could use the scalpel, too, and kind of, like, drill a hole in the middle, you know, which would be where the glass would be. But yeah, pocket Ouija boards, man. I was like, as soon as I seen this, I bought 2 of them. Anytime I go to Kroger, I'm going to buy a couple more just to have them on deck. Of like, hey, you want a Ouija board? Here you go. You want a pocket one? Here you go. You know. Plus, there's a couple of witches that I know that come into the store. There's 2 of them. There's 3 actually, but they're more common than you would think. But we're still kind of outnumbered, especially in Kentucky. But there's 2 who are like I'm pretty close to, so I'm gonna get some more and hook them up and make them little planchettes to have with it. Like, there you go, there's a pocket Ouija board. Thought it was a cool idea. Thought it was a cool concept. So, next item. I actually did, so like with this current Charlie Kirk stuff, I had planned on doing like maybe 1 or 2 episodes on it. And I do this all the time. I'll do 1 or 2 episodes on a topic, and I've always said throughout the years of podcasting with this channel that everything's a conspiracy, which it really is. And I used to not think like that until the deeper and down the rabbit hole you go, and the more years that you're in the conspiracy game as far as study and research, you're like, whoa, everything's a conspiracy. It really is. You could give me any topic, bubblegum, and I could tell you how bubblegum's a conspiracy. Ties in with the dentist industry, you know, like, I could just go on a rant about anything. And that's why the normies think we're crazy. But, and it not only is everything a conspiracy, but everything is tied together. So, like, I'll make a video on one thing, one subject, and it'll tie to 2 or 3 other subjects. So, and I always, like, end up putting my foot in my mouth, because I'll go, oh, I'm not going to report on this anymore. And I end up reporting, like, 3 or 4 more episodes on it. So I have to make, like, a playlist. So we have a labubu playlist. I'd planned on making 1 video about labubu, but then it tied into Pazuzu. So I ended up making a video on Pazuzu. And then I remembered that Pazuzu ties in with Lamashtu. So I ended up making a video on Lamashtu. Like, it all fucking ties together. So I ended up making, honestly, like a short series on labubu. So go check out that playlist if you're interested. But that's the biggest craze right now, is labubu, as far as like haunted dolls, accursed items. I actually work with a guy he's autistic. I love him to death. He's my buddy, but like he's freaked out by these things. So I told you guys that I was going to buy a labubu and experiment with it, because you guys know me, I'm an occultist. I like to experiment with this stuff. If you want to know my opinion on the whole craze, just go watch like some of my episodes, you know. I'll give you my opinion. I think honestly it's pretty stupid, but I bought one just for shits and giggles, and I have a couple ideas with it, but $20. I finally broke down and bought one. I'm kind of broke at the moment, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So this is a randomized one. Half the words are Chinese. Big into energy. So each one, like there's a red one, and it's random. I have no clue which one I got. So if you got the red one, it's the energy, love energy. If you got blue, it's hope. If you got green, it's serenity. If you got purple, it's luck. If you got orange, it's happiness. If you got yellow, I guess that is, it's loyalty. So, yeah, there's 6 of them. So let's open it up and let's see which one we got. Ooh. What if I open this and like is like Pandora's box, like just tons of demons leapt out, or Pazuzu leapt out, you know? Feels squishy. There's the package. Made sure to turn the lights on today. The monsters. And I guess this is a legit one. I don't know, man. A lot of these are counterfeit right now. So the reason I was texting Miss McGillicuddy, which we interviewed her twice for the channel. Go check those interviews out. They're in the interview playlist. They're really good interviews. She was like, oh, let me know which one you got. Oh, which one did I get? So I got, I guess, the orange one. Well, he does have one different colored ear. Oh, so I got loyalty. He's kind of like Dalmatian spotted with one different colored ear. One's darker than the other. So I got loyalty. Let's see if this guy's haunted. There's no way he's going to stand up. I'm going to have to prop him up. There you go. There's the haunted doll himself. I don't want to spin his head too much and break it off. I might hang him up. He's got a little thing here. But, he's squishy. His face is hard. There's another conspiracy, not so much of the paranormal, but I didn't even know about it, but she said that there's all these videos of people opening them up and finding hidden cameras inside of them, which I find interesting. I tried looking into it as far as like just any articles about it or anything. The only articles I could find was literally articles about counterfeits, which that's any market. Anytime there's a huge craze, I mean, I'm a trading card collector, and I've had issues with like fake Pokemon cards, and yeah, that's to be expected. I'm sure there's fake Beanie Babies out there. There's going to be, anytime there's anything popular, there's going to be fakes, you know. But I don't think there's a camera in here. Feels pretty squishy. I don't feel anything inside of him. And I really don't want to cut him up. But my thing is, if there is a camera, I could hang him like at the end of the bed. So that way whoever's watching can watch me get weird and butt naked, because I kind of like when people watch, you know. It's like, what's the opposite of voyeurism, where you like being watched? So there's my 2 occult items. Let's get on with the next subject. But yeah, I'll keep you updated if anything paranormal happens with it. Which I'm doubtful of. So here's a little inside baseball segment, which I just want to talk about real quick. I got an email today. And if you are a fellow content creator, please hit me up in the comments. So this is an email, and I'll just read it to you, and you can look so you know I'm not making this shit up. I have an opportunity, and I've already said before, go check out the video. It's called I'm a Shill. Go check that video out. And it actually, people were understanding when they watched it. I expected a huge drop off of subscribers, and there wasn't. And people were understanding. I've been doing this for like a decade, you know. Um, and I have gotten some pretty cool um, achievements. Like, I'll never forget, Third Phase of Moon hit me up in a comment section and said, "Hey, can I use one of your videos?" And I said, "Sure, just give me a shout out." And then he never used the video and never commented back. So he, for some reason, did not want to give me a shout out. So that was a missed opportunity, but it was still cool to talk to Third Phase of Moon. There was another time too that me and Sammy got hit up, and this was on my second channel. Someone had hit us up and said, "Hey, can I use this video?" It was a video we did on the Wizard of Oz about the Munchkin committing suicide conspiracy. And they're like, can we use this for a documentary I'm making? And I thought it was just a fellow YouTuber. And apparently it was like a big Hollywood documentary, dude. I said, sure. The only thing I ask is, like, either give me a shout out or put me in the credits. Something to where someone, whoever watches the documentary, if they like that segment and they go, who's that guy and his wife, you know? Who's this content creator? They can find me. I still need to do a watch along with you guys one day on that. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But yeah, dude, I keep my full-time job, obviously. I work 40 hours a week, you know. I would work more if they allowed it. But I've never considered myself like a shill as far as like, oh, this is my dream job, like, you will pay me, you know. Like, I've never put anything behind paywalls. The only thing I've done is set up a buy me a coffee. But I've always said, though, that I've always wanted to be a full-time podcaster. Now, that's a dream, but that doesn't mean I quit my day job, you know. Like, I had a brother, an older brother, which he struggles with mental illness, like worse than mine. But I'll never forget, dude, he lived with my mom for like months. I'm talking months, like 4 or 5 months. And all he would do all day is drink rum, and he would write stories on his computer, which is cool. But my mom's like, you got to get a job. And he'd be like, this is my job, I'm a writer. And she's like, okay, that's cool, you wrote all these stories. But like, he would never send in the stories to publishers. And second off, it's like, don't you think that writers back in the day, and writers even now, unless you're working for a newspaper, like, you still have to keep your day job, you know? But so this is a talent recruiter who emailed me, and I'm going to look into the company. We might do an Inside Baseball episode, which is a series I've been doing to help other content creators. Just Inside Baseball talk. We've done like 2 or 3 episodes, so I might put this on the Inside Baseball episode too. And I want you guys, if you are a content creator, to hit me up if you know anything about this company. So, email says, hi, my name is Steve, and I'm part of the YouTube talent division at Sun and Sky Entertainment. So it's a branch of YouTube talent. It's owned by YouTube, but it's also under an umbrella of a Sun and Sky Entertainment, one of the premier YouTube development firms. Our company has been around for 20 years, and we work directly with YouTube to help creators grow and expand their channels in different ways. So that would be cool if my channel could grow. We have multiple divisions, including our brand division, official TikTok agency, which honestly, dude, you guys know my opinion on TikTok. I've talked about it for years. Yeah, I don't know about that. I like long form podcasting, and I could care less. I grew up on talk radio, dude. I could care less if people are like, oh, you gotta do TikToks. I don't want to do short shit. I did think about making clips. I'll do clips, and I could put up clips on TikTok. But I like podcasting. This is what I like doing. To me, it's no different than talk radio. It's a dying art form. Talk radio is. Podcasting, it's got its niche little group. Like, a lot of people listen to podcasts, but the younger audience does not. They have very short attention spans, and even millennials, dude, even people of my generation, they're like, you listen to podcasts? I'm like, yeah, I love podcasts. And they're like, I just don't have time for that. And it's like, dude, you put it on in the background. Like, and I get comments from a lot of younger people of like, I don't get it. You know, where's the visuals? It's like, dude, it's a podcast. It's audio format. I mean, if you want to stand with your phone like this and just watch every little movement I do, like, that's cool. I think it's weird, a little creepy, but you know, anytime I put a podcast on, it's background noise. I'm usually playing Game Boy, rolling cigarettes, cleaning, doing dishes, cooking, driving. You know, it's not something you're supposed to be like that, and people don't have time, man. Like, they click on my channel and it says Conspiracy Corner Podcast in the title. Every intro, I literally say, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. But the view ratio is like, they'll listen to the first 5 minutes and huge drop-offs. Like, that's the average view ratio. And it's like, why would you tune into a podcast knowing it's long-form content and not stay tuned? And you get through the intro, and then right when the intro quits, that's when you stop listening. Like, that's when the show gets good, dude. Just skip over the intro then if you don't like intros, you know? So TikTok agency, media division, and management division. But my focus is on finding up and coming creators for YouTube. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like, homie, I've been doing this for over a decade. I'm not an up and coming guy, you know. Is my channel huge? No. But that's always rubbed me the wrong way, you know, when it's like, oh, you know, just because you have a low amount of subscribers, they're like, oh, you haven't been in the game that long. It's like, no, I've been around for a decade, dude. It's just the shit I talk about, they don't like. So of course it's not getting bumped up the algorithms, you know. Our firm partners with, owns, and or manages some of the biggest channels in the world, many of which started with almost no subscribers and now have tens of millions. Am I going to get tens of millions? No. Would it be cool to get more subscribers and actually start making an income? Yeah, that'd be cool. We work with creators in different ways. We fully partner by investing in the channel and running the entire operation. That means handling, editing, posting. So that would be cool if they help with editing, thumbnails, monetization, cha-ching, channel violations. See that right there, channel violations. That's one thing that concerns me. Is I did kind of glance at their website. I'm going to fill out their form. It doesn't hurt to try and see what my options are. It's free, you know. It does concern me, though, looking at some of the brands. Like, let me pull it up. So I'll show you some of the brands they work with. So you got Nike, which we all know is the devil as far as like slave labor, wokeness. Champ Sports, maybe they're cool. I don't know so much about them. Nickelodeon, which is dark and full of pedophiles. Bang. Man, they're an energy drink, which is horrible for you. But I don't really have anything bad to say about their politics. I don't know. I've never heard them brought up. Dick's Sporting Goods, that'd be an okay one, I would think. Cricket, have no clue. Planters Peanuts, maybe they're alright. NCAA, I'm anti-sports. Buick, maybe. Govee, have no clue who they are. I'm View, Fashion Nova, Ralph Lauren, Ultra Full, have no clue who they are. Proform, I'm guessing they're athletic wear. First of all, I'm not getting my hopes up. Second off, once they actually analyze my channel after I fill this form out and they see the type of shit that I'm saying, like talking about Holocaust denial, anti-wokeness, talking about, you know, Nickelodeon being evil, and that's one of the companies they work with. I guarantee you, as soon as they analyze like my content for 5 seconds, they're gonna go, fuck this guy. But I don't know, I just wanted to do a little occult item opening. I wanted to do because I haven't done an occult item opening, and it's been so crazy in the news and shit with Charlie Kirk that I haven't had the time to do that. And I'm glad I waited, because I got to show you my labubu and my little miniature Ouija boards. That and just a little inside baseball. So there you go. Am I gonna sell my soul? Dun dun dun. You know. And by the way, too, like, if for some reason, by the grace of God, I actually do get to work with this Sun and Sky Entertainment, if they start lining me up with companies, and I was telling my wife this, like, it's all gonna be most likely me denying sponsorships, because I guarantee you most of these companies are gonna be like, oh, the only thing we want you to talk about that's okay for you to talk about as far as conspiracies, like cryptids, paranormal, and yeah, shit like UFOs. They'll be like, those are the only 3 things you could talk about. You can't talk about 9/11. You can't talk about the Jews. You can't talk about child sex trafficking. Like, none of that. Just keep it cryptids, paranormal, UFOs. You know, bubblegum conspiracies. And I'm going to say, no, fuck you. Like, first of all, I'd lose all my fan base. Second off, like, it wouldn't feel right in my moral compass. I would be like, no, this is wrong. Like, there's bad shit going on out there that needs to be talked about, needs to be brought to the light. Yeah, that, and honestly, the brands, if I even get this, like, the brands that I would be examining, I'm gonna do deep dives on each one and go, are they cool? You know, it reminds me of this phrase, and I cannot remember who said it, but it was something along the lines of, show me the money that is not dirty, and I will go after it. Something along those lines. I'm butchering it, but if you know, hit me up in the comments. But that's all she wrote. Sorry if this was boring. This is an inside baseball episode, occult item episode. And we'll get on with different subjects, maybe tonight or tomorrow. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, tomorrow's weekend, so I definitely probably will be putting out 2 or 3 tomorrow. Have a good day.